Welcome to a session on time constant of an RC circuit experiment, students. This is the kit corresponding to this particular experiment. The main aim of this experiment is to determine the time constant of an RC circuit. Okay, so this is overall switch on, switch off of the circuit, power on, power off. Okay, so basically it consists of a voltmeter and ammeter. So what is this voltmeter, students? It measures the voltage. So voltmeter positive terminal, voltmeter negative terminal, and this is the ammeter. It measures the current, and ammeter positive terminal, ammeter negative terminal. So basically this is a RC circuit, which means it contains a resistance and capacitance. So how to select resistor? Here this is a symbol of the resistance, but there is no resistors. Here you observe. Either you can take 5 kilo ohms resistor or 10 kilo ohms resistor or 30 kilo ohms resistor. So now you see this one. This is a capacitance selector. Here you can take either 100 microfarad capacitor or 470 microfarad capacitor or 1000 microfarad capacitor. So the choice is yours. Here for example, for simplicity, here I am taking 1000 microfarad capacitor and 10 kilo ohms resistance. Okay, so now this is the battery. What is the battery? This is a source of voltage. This is a DC battery. The range is from 0 to 12 volts. So the minimum is 0, the maximum is 12 volts. So this is the symbolic representation of the battery. So connection from battery positive terminal, connection from battery negative terminal. So simply this is the battery positive terminal, this is the battery negative terminal. Okay, this is the place for voltmeter. You can connect a voltmeter to this particular place so that it can give what is the voltage produced by this battery. So this is a switch, students. So what is the use of this switch? If you keep like this, now the capacitor in discharge mode. If you keep like this, the capacitor in charging mode. So this is the place to insert a milliammeter, and this is the resistance. Which resistance you taken, that is already decided. Here you chosen 10 kilo ohms resistance. And this is a place for voltmeter, and this is a capacitor. Which capacitor you take, that decides by this selector. Okay, here I taken 1000 microfarad capacitor. Right, then how to connect the circuit? Simple, student. Here place this milliammeter to milliammeter. Here there is a symbolic representation of milliammeter, but there is no real milliammeter here. So connect this symbolic representation to real ammeter. Here you see, I connected two wires from this symbol of the milliammeter to the original ammeter. Okay, now this is the capacitor. We have to measure the potential difference or voltage across the capacitor. So capacitor positive terminal, this is the capacitor negative terminal. So capacitor positive terminal is connected to voltmeter positive terminal, capacitor negative terminal is connected to voltmeter negative terminal. Now we are able to measure the voltage across the capacitor either in charging mode or in discharging mode. So the main aim of this experiment is to calculate the time constant. How to calculate the time constant, students? It is T is equal to R into C. So time constant is equal to R into C. So theoretically we have formula, resistance into capacitance. Okay, so what is the R value we have taken? So it is 10 kilo ohms. 10 into 10 cube ohms. So 10 kilo ohms. Here I taken R is equal to 10 kilo ohms. So when you representing it in ohms, you have to write like this. Okay, so 10 into 10 cube ohms into C. Here I taken the capacitance value as 1000 microfarad. So 1000 means 10 cube, microfarads means 10 power minus 6. So 10 cube 1000 microfarads. Okay, so 1000 microfarads I represented in farads. 1000 into 10 power minus 6 farads. So here plus 3 minus 6 cancels out. So what is time constant value? T is equal to 10 seconds. So theoretically this is the time constant, students. T is equal to 10 seconds. You may choose another set also. Okay, so another set having another value of time constant. For example, you take another R and you take another C. For example, keep one as constant. Here I taken resistance as 10 kilo ohms. This time you take just 5 kilo ohms. So now what happens, student? Resistance is 5 kilo ohms and capacitance is the same, 1000 microfarads. So time constant becomes 5 into 10 cube into capacitor value is 10 cube, 1000 into 10 power minus 6 in farads. So plus 3 minus 6 cancels out, which means that t is equal to 5 seconds. Time constant is 5 seconds. So time constant value can be changed. Either you can change the value of resistance or you can change the value of capacitance, or you can change both also. So by changing either R or C, you can able to vary the time constant value. So first let me do the experiment with these values. So by taking R value of 10 kilo ohms, by taking C value of 1000 microfarads. Okay. So this is the tabular column regarding to this particular experiment. So for set 1, here you have to take two sets, students. Set 1, what I taken, 10 kilo ohms resistance and 1000 microfarads of capacitance. Set 2, what you have to take, so it is 5 kilo ohms of resistance and C2 value is same, 1000 microfarads. Okay, so now how to note down the readings? So serial number. First you observe, students, this is the circuit. Let me switch it on. This is the switch on, and you observe what is the voltage 0, what is the current 0. Of course we have no connection with current in this particular experiment, only you have to concentrate on voltage. Okay, so here the voltage is 0. Now rotate this DC battery to its maximum value. So here you see this is the minimum. Now the battery is at 0 volts, which means it is providing 0 volts potential difference. Now it is providing 12 volts. This is the maximum value provided by this particular DC voltage, but still it is showing 0 volts, which means that there is no charging. There is no charges at the two ends of the capacitor, which means there is no potential difference, means there is no charges at the two plates of the capacitor, because it is in what mode, student? Discharging mode. Okay, now you have to place it in charging mode. You observe, students, if you just switch on into the charging mode, what happens? The capacitor getting charged. The capacitor is getting charged. So it is getting charged to its maximum value. What is the voltage of the battery? 12 volts. So it reaches, the capacitor will charges to the maximum value. Which value? 12 volts battery voltage. So this is the charging mode, students. And if you keep this switch to the down direction, then it is the discharging mode. You observe, students, there is a discharge in capacitor. The voltage across the capacitor is getting decreased. In this way you have to perform the experiment. Okay, so let us start the experiment, students. How to start this experiment? So you have to connect the circuit as per circuit diagram. Now you can see the voltage across the capacitor is 0 volts because it is in a discharging mode, and I kept this particular DC battery at 12 volts. So whenever you switch on this into the charging mode, the capacitor start to charge, and the corresponding charging, that means as the capacitor charges, what happens? Voltage will be accumulated on the capacitor. So the potential difference will be developed between the two plates of the capacitor, and the potential difference here you can see on the voltmeter. Okay, now how to start the experiment? First, here you have to note the readings like this, students. Here at a time 0 seconds, what is the voltage across the capacitor? In what mode, student? In charging mode. So the voltage across the capacitor at 0th second is 0 volts. After 5 seconds, what is the voltage? After 10 seconds, what is the voltage? After 15 seconds, what is the voltage? After 20, 25, for every increment in 5 seconds, note down the corresponding voltage developed across the capacitor. So first keep this battery to its maximum value. Now it is able to produce 12 volts. So even though it is 12 volts, there is no voltage across the capacitor because I kept in discharging mode. So okay, so for this you have to switch on both simultaneously. So you have to switch on and you have to switch on stopwatch as well as this switch. Here you see students, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 5.34 volts. Now 10 seconds, 8.06 volts. 15 seconds, now the voltage is 9.82 volts. 20 seconds, now the voltage is 10.6 volts. 25 seconds, the voltage is 11.34 volts. 30 seconds, 11.67 volts. 35 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor is 11.89 volts. 40 seconds, 12.04. So the capacitor stores to the maximum value, which is the power supply voltage. Now you just stop the watch. Right, students. Now what to do? You have to start the discharging. So how to discharge? So initially you have to note, student, at 0th second in discharging mode, what is the voltage across the capacitor? Here you can see, students, at 0th second what is the voltage stored across the capacitor? It is maximum 12.31. Okay, so you have to note down, and you have to note down the reading after 5 seconds. What is the voltage across the capacitor after 5 seconds? After 10 seconds, what is the voltage across the capacitor? After 15 seconds, what is the voltage across the capacitor? This time the capacitor is in discharging mode. The voltage will get reduced. Okay, so now switch on this stopwatch and this discharging mode simultaneously. So here you see, students, after 5 seconds, observe. So 5 seconds, 7.24. So here you have to write 7.24. Okay. Now 10 seconds, 4 volts. 15 seconds, the voltage reduced to 2.31 volts. 20 seconds, the voltage reduced to 1.67 volts. 25 seconds, it is 1.09 volts. 30 seconds, it is reduced to 0.60 volts. 35 seconds, it is reduced to 0.39 volts. For 40 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor reduced to 0.25 volts. For 45 seconds, it is 0.17 volts. For 50 seconds, it is 0.11 volt. For 55 seconds, it is 0.07 volts. For 60 seconds, it is 0.05 volts. Yes, students, these are already taken values, previous values. Here we have taken resistance as 10 kilo ohms and capacitance as 1000 microfarad, and time constant, theoretical time constant is R into C, that is 10 seconds. 10 kilo ohms means 10 into 10 cube ohms. C 1000 microfarad means 10 cube into 10 power minus 6 farads. So plus 3 minus 6 of the 10 powers will cancel out, and T is equal to 10 seconds. This is the theoretical time constant. See, these are the timing, students. So 0 seconds, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, so on. So for every increment of 5 seconds, we have noted down the readings. And this is the voltage across the capacitor during charging. This is the voltage across the capacitor during discharging. So this is for charging and this is for discharging. This is for discharging. So you see, at 0th second there is no voltage across the capacitor. As 5 seconds passes, then 4.22 volts is of potential difference is there across the capacitor. Likewise, you see, so at 70 seconds capacitor voltage rises to 12.35 volts. So this is the charging mode. We have seen how to note down the readings. And next, let us see the discharging readings. Here you observe at 0th second, this is the maximum voltage stored across the capacitor in discharging mode. When we start to discharge, after 5 seconds, the voltage drop reduces to 8.51, so on. So if you keep on going, so at 95 seconds, the capacitor completely discharges to 0 volts. So now what we have to do, we have to find out the practical time constant. Okay, so how to find out it? So let us consider, students, so this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Along x-axis we have taken time, and along y-axis we have taken voltage, right? So time is taken in seconds, 0 second, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 seconds. You can stretch much more, which means that you can take one unit as 5 seconds or 10 seconds for neat graphs. Okay, so this is the time axis. You take voltage axis. Voltage axis is every unit is taken as 2 volts, 0 volts, 2 volts, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 volts. So here the maximum voltage is 12.35, right? So that's why the units are taken till 14 volts only, right? So now draw the graph between time and voltage. So at 0 second in charging, so this is the graph for charging circuit. So at 0th second, what is the voltage across the capacitor? 0. At 5 seconds, what is the voltage across the capacitor? 4.22. So note down the corresponding readings and draw the graph. You are going to get a graph like this. Okay, from this graph, how to calculate the practical time constant? Here you see, students, for charging circuit you have to take the formula 0.63 into maximum voltage. Here what is the maximum voltage in charging? 12.35, right? So 0.63 into 12.35, what you got is 7.78 volts. So at 7.78, draw a line. It will cut the graph and extend that line at which the 7.78 cuts the graph to x-axis. So it will touch one time on the time axis. This is the practical time constant. Nearly we got what I wanted is 11 seconds or 12 seconds. Okay, but theoretical time constant is 10 seconds. Here we got approximately 12 seconds practical time constant. So now how to draw the graph in the discharging mode? So same, students, in discharging mode take a time versus voltage. So here I taken, this is the time axis, this is the voltage axis. So 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and 120 is the time in seconds, and voltage axis, this is the voltage axis up to 14 volts. So at 0th second the maximum voltage is 12.35, you know. So as time keep on increasing, the voltage will fall down exponentially. So this is the graph you are going to get. Okay, so here how to get the practical time constant? So we have a formula, student, 0.37 into 12.35, which is the maximum voltage. 0.37, this is a constant, into 12.35 is the actually maximum, Vmax, maximum voltage. So here you see, in discharging at 0th second, the maximum voltage in the capacitor is 12.5. So that's why I multiplied maximum voltage with 0.37. So you are going to get 4.56 here. So at 4.56, draw a line. Okay, so okay, students, at 4.56 draw a line. So this is a line. So it cuts the graph. Okay, at 4, this is the 4.56. So you project a line from 4.56 onto graph. It will cut the graph at a particular point. Extend that line or project that line onto x-axis. So it will denote a particular time. That is called as a practical time constant. In this case, approximately we got to 12 seconds. Okay, so this is the practical time constant. So finally, what you have to do is you have to compare what is the theoretical time constant and what is the practical time constant. For example, in this case, what we have seen is theoretical time constant R into C. Okay, T is equal to R into C, obviously 10 seconds, and the practical time constant in case of charging is 10.1. In case of discharging we got 10.1 seconds. So theoretical and practical time constants are matched with each other. So you can repeat the experiment for another set of reading. Here these are the second set of reading, students. So here resistance is taken as 10 kilo ohm, resistance is same, but capacitance is changed. So here the capacitor value is 1000 microfarad. Here instead of 1000 microfarad we have taken 470 microfarads, and these are the readings. So at 0th second, obviously the voltage across the capacitor is 0, and at highest in discharging at 0th second, what is the voltage is 12.13. So this is the another set of reading, student. So you can take these readings and you can draw the graph for these two sets in two different graphs. Set 1, one graph for charging and discharging. Set 2, you have to take another graph and you have to draw graphs for charging and discharging on the same graph sheet. So finally you require two graph sheets for this one graph, for this one graph, and you compare the values. So RC time constant, what is the R value, C value, okay, for set 1. This is for set 2. So what is the theoretical time constant, what is the practical time constant, what is the theoretical time constant, what is the practical time constant in case of charging, in case of discharging. So you have to compare all these values. In this way you have to perform the experiment, students.